Hey boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of New Stuff TV, your spot for infotainment for the average consumer. I'm your host Antoine. Man, I have been spoiled rotten by this nice ass TV Richardson because today we're going to be talking about how when I say we, me and my wife have spent 8 months with the Bravia 8 Mark II. We do have this thing hooked up in our bedroom, matched up to the Bravia Theater Quad and the SW5 subwoofer. Oh, man, it is such a fantastic experience. But ever since we got this thing hooked up, I've been noticing a lot of crumbs and stuff from snacks because we be chilling in the bed like popcorn kernels and crap. Anyways, man, that's enough about what goes on in my bedroom. Let's talk about this experience. And the main question, why would you spend so much money on this particular TV? Well, the first thing that comes to mind is the picture quality. So let's just jump right into that. So here's a little side note though. With all my Bravia TVs, I typically just kind of default the picture settings into IMAX Enhance, and I might do a small tweak from there. And then like when something like Dolby Vision kicks in, I'll let that do its thing. And then of course there's that Netflix and Amazon stuff. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I have since moved from IMAX Enhance to the professional settings. And then I might, depending on the content, I might tweak a little something here and there, but not much, man. That professional setting is really, really nice. I've really enjoyed the extra pop of color and that deep contrast. Before that, I was watching, I started out with an X90L, that was my full-time, display. And then the Bravia 7 and then the Bravia 9. And I'm thinking the Bravia 9 is just like the best there ever was, right? And it still is like the champ of TVs to me anyways. But then this OLED comes in and all you boys always talking about OLED this, OLED that. And I was like, oh, LED. Infinite contrast, man. Like it's just the poppy colors in that infinite contrast. It just got me. Now, watching your everyday shows and sitcoms is always going to perform really well, but that's where I always notice how good Sony's upscaling is. It's taking shows that I watched from like the mid and late 90s, like Martin and stuff, all the way up to the early 2000s, mid 2000s. It's making it look like it was actually produced in, I don't know, maybe 2020 or something like that. The upscaling is so damn good. But then if you're a heavy movie watcher like I am, I don't know, man. It's something about, dare I say, all the Bravias, but this particular TV and the ones I have in my house, it makes you feel something. You know what I'm saying? And I cannot express to you how good the Amazon and Netflix calibrated modes are. To the point where I'm still begging you, Sony, man, please, please, please develop a relationship with some of the other like platforms. Like, I don't know, I watch a lot of Peacock, you know what I'm saying? And Paramount is just raggedy. Let me see here. Disney Plus will be a good one. I got Disney Plus now, okay? That way you can have your Hulu and stuff. Yeah, man, that Netflix and Amazon calibrated mode. But here's a tip, man, for all you getting your Sony Bravia TV set up. You might want to dim the lights a little bit. Even turn them off if you want to. I have my lights, to where it's movie time and everything just kind of dims in the front of the room close to the TV. And then we have a dim light kind of shining on us, almost like a theater, right? But yeah, you might want to turn those lights on or off when you're watching the Amazon and Netflix calibrated modes, because I think they're calibrated for like almost like a theater room, right? With some controlled dim lighting. Man, you're gonna get some excellent contrast, the motion, the skin tones, it's just so doggone cinematic. I told you earlier, it kind of just makes you feel something, and it's one of those things you really do have to sit down and see with your own two eyes to understand what I'm saying. And I just don't get this out of any other TV that I'm watching. Now, I am big into watching movies, but what we've been watching recently is a show called Pole to Pole with Will Smith on, it's on Disney Plus / National Geographic. Man, this show is so good. It's so thought-provoking, it's energizing, it's funny. Like, there's so many good elements to the show, but the production quality is top notch. And there was like lots of moments where, oh man, the first episode when he's in the ice, he's climbing this ice wall. Oh man, the storm comes in and it's blowing at him and stuff. I'm like, how is he doing all this? You know what I'm saying? Then there's the one where he's in the cave. Oh, y'all gotta watch this show. He's in a cave, right? First of all, I don't be doing cave stuff. I don't like stuff that be in the caves. It's weird down there. He's in the cave, he's looking at these spiders, and this one time the spider jumped. I jumped. I'm sitting here and I actually jumped because the spider scared the crap out of me. Oh man, but it's such a great show. We really enjoy that for a lot of reasons, but I gotta mention that show because that production quality. The show, it actually defaults to Dolby Vision Dark. So once again, you probably have a better experience dimming those lights. I mean, we're talking OLED with infinite contrast and these poppy colors, man. And you watching that in Dolby Vision Dark, man, it just, can a picture look delicious? You know what I'm saying? And man, the show was just, it was just freaking epic. Check it out. And if you can, check it out on the Bravia 8 Mark II, man. You're gonna love it. And you'll probably be thanking me in these comments. And by the way, if you're digging this video, the best way to let me know is to tap on that like button. That goes a long way in helping the video perform better in the algorithm. And now we can get on to talking about this overall brightness, especially when we're talking about an OLED. We actually do a pretty solid mix of watching TV in complete darkness and with the lights cranked all the way up to 100%. Now it's an OLED, so if you turn off the lights, you're probably gonna be saying you're seeing the best picture you've ever seen in your house. But when you turn on those lights, me personally, I end up finding myself like cranking up the brightness to about, not the settings, but the actual brightness. I end up cranking that up to about 30, maybe even max sometimes, which I think is like 45 or 50. So between 30 and 50, I usually get a solid picture to where it fights off any reflections and I can see everything, and that pretty much solves all my problems. So as far as overall brightness, I don't see any issues with it. This next feature, it's pretty much Bravia wide. It's called PS Remote Play. Right in front of me, we have a Bravia 9 and it's hooked up to the PS5, and we're upstairs right now. But a lot of times, me and my wife, we started playing this game called Unpacking. Y'all should check that out, man. It's this super chill game that we like to play together. When she's playing, I'm like instructing her and helping her out. And then when I'm playing, she'll instruct me and help me out. And sometimes we play it upstairs, but a lot of times, even before bed, we'll just grab the PS5 controller and turn on the TV. And we're just playing Unpacking in the bed. And it's just really cool to be able to have, you know, that game, to just fire that up without having to have another console downstairs hooked up to the TV. But here's what I don't like about the Bravia 8 Mark II. It's the lack of a bigger size. In our bedroom, we're rocking the 65-inch variant, and I'm with everybody else. I would love to see like a 75, 77-inch model or an 83 to 85-inch model. Man, I'm with everybody else on this, man. I just want this thing to be f***ing huge. But going back to my original question, why would you spend so much money on this TV? Bruh, just look at it. But seriously, the color science, the contrast, the upscaling, the motion processing, all that put together, it just makes you, like I said, it just makes you feel something. It's cinema, baby. Now look, man, if you've been contemplating getting one of these bad boys, I say it's time you go ahead and click that link in the description and then throw your wallet right at the screen. This is hands down the best picture I've ever seen in this house. And I'm pretty sure if you had one in your house, you'd be screaming the exact same thing. Now y'all keep being good to each other, and I'll see you when I see you.